around January, I will come. Then the whole Chinese tradition, Chinese Buddhist tradition, Japanese, Korean, Vietnamese, same like we Tibetan, follower of Nagarjuna. And then of course Buddhist, very ancient sort of Buddhist sort of site. So Buddhists from Burma, Thailand, Sri Lanka, Cambodia, Laos. These people naturally come.
Chhattisgarh, a jewel shining in the heart of our magnificent country, boasts of being the forte of our ancient civilization. Recently, on 7th March 2013, Chhattisgarh had the honor and privilege of welcoming Tibetan spiritual leader and Nobel laureate Dalai Lama. This auspicious occasion was marked by a welcome ceremony hosted by Mr. Santosh Misra, MD, Chhattisgarh Tourism Board. After the formal introductions, the Buddhist leader Dalai Lama then visited the famous 7th century Laxman temple, guided by the retired Director of Archaeological Survey of India, Mr. A.K. Sharma. An exemplary form of architecture from the Gupta period, Laxman Temple remains one of the finest brick temples of India, with exquisite carvings, terrific symmetry, and an eye-catching stone door frame. During the visit, the spiritual leader was also informed about the famous historical Nagarjuna caves.
Nagarjuna, whole also the Sanskrit tradition, yes. Buddhist Sanskrit tradition, everybody knows Nagarjuna.
Yes.
The caves are situated 15 to 20 kilometers from Sirpur and 5 to 6 kilometers northeast of village Borid. Situated in the dense forests of the hill called Cheri Godini, opposite the Singhangarh Hills, named after the famous Buddhist philosopher Nagarjuna, who came to Sirpur and lived and meditated in these caves. So enthused was Dalai Lama on hearing the account of Nagarjuna caves that he promised to come back to Sirpur and meditate in the same Nagarjuna cave.
As soon as I heard that, I developed determination. I must come. What? And spend, you see, at least 1 or 2 hours, some meditation, thinking about Nagarjuna's own sort of thinking.
Then the marketplace. Result of the last decade's excavation and rare archaeological findings. The marketplace happens to be the biggest excavation so far. The artifacts discovered from this site support the fact that the marketplace was the center of active trade from 6th century BC till late 18th century AD. The marketplace also has the remains of ancient treatment center, whereby 10 beds hospital with surgical instruments was also recovered. Tanks for Ayurvedic treatment very clearly suggest that this region was educationally, scientifically and economically highly developed.
Surgery was going on 600 BC.
Yes?
Right from 600 BC. We got the bone in which the iron has been inserted, this bone.
Just near the market are the remains of newly discovered Bodh Vihar, which has one of the biggest and magnificent statues of Lord Buddha in a meditating mudra under a banyan tree. It is special, keeping in mind that till now all the statues of Buddha discovered in Sirpur have been in Bhumi Sparsh Mudra. Lord Buddha came here to preach and brought with him 2 branches of the banyan tree from Bodh Gaya. Both these branches have become fully grown-up trees now. This once again strengthens the evidence that Sirpur was an important center of Buddhist studies from 7th till 10th century. The serenity and peace of this place is so captivating that nobody can miss it. The Tibetan Guru offered a white cloth to the statue of Lord Buddha and bowed in prayer and reverence. Next in the line of visit was the Tevardev Vihar, the latest and the most beautiful of all the 10 Bodh Vihars unearthed. The temple complex of this vihar has the rarest stone carvings from Panchatantra and Jatak Kathas. Such carvings are also etched on the door jamb of this temple. In fact, as per some archaeologists, the door jamb of this vihar is the most beautiful in Chhattisgarh. Here he enlightened with the fundamental principles of Nagarjuna's Mool Madhyam Karika, the middle way.
Nagarjuna's Madhyamika Mulakarika, that text.
Yes.
I always read that text and meditate. So I want to read that text in his own case.
Okay.
After the enthralling experience of visiting the Bodh Vihar, the Dalai Lama with the media.
The main thing is very subtle way of interpretation of Buddhist Samupad. Now modern scientists, quantum physicists, very much sort of admire these ancient Indian sort of views, Indian thought. So now, so I very much eager to, now I determined, I already mentioned, perhaps next January, around January, I will come. In order to have, you see, more visitors international level, I think you need some accommodation, some hotels, not luxuries, but you see, they comfortable. Perhaps I think once the people, you see, get more sort of knowledge, then the whole, you see, Chinese tradition, Chinese Buddhist tradition, Japanese, Korean, Vietnamese, same like we Tibetan, follower of Nagarjuna. And then of course Buddhist, very ancient sort of Buddhist sort of site. So Buddhists from Burma, Thailand, Sri Lanka, Cambodia, Laos, you see these people naturally come. Then in the West, also you see the number of Buddhists growing. So suddenly you see come. So therefore some accommodation.
Definitely.
Yes. and good quality.
On being asked what all memories he is carrying from Sirpur, the Dalai Lama specifically mentioned the meditating Buddha statue.
The face of Buddha statue. And also now here I was told it's one Hindu sort of king. Also you see, built many Buddhists. That also you see very important sort of significance. 1,000 years, this country, non-sectarian and secular, respect all religion, and actually mutual learning. Like Nagarjuna and many his followers, you see, learned many things from non-Buddhist philosophical sort of views. And similarly, many non-Buddhist scholars also, you see, much influence from Buddhist logics or Buddhist philosophy, like that.
Due to the dedicated, endless efforts of Chhattisgarh tourism, Sirpur today bears the priceless evidence of a civilization which was far more advanced culturally, educationally, economically, and spiritually than the Indus Valley Harappan civilization. Holds the beautiful promise of an experience that connects each and every one of us with a past we have only read about in history books.